Well, there are local issues and concerns, and then there are more global issues and concerns. And in the Dominican Republic, certainly, I deal with the government there. My operation is one of the 3 that is permitted to operate in a sanctuary that they have designated that's under their jurisdiction. And so I deal regularly with their Department of the Interior and their Parks Department, who deserve a great deal of credit for establishing and maintaining the sanctuary that they've done and maintaining it in the way they have. They're a developing nation, they aren't a wealthy nation, and they could easily sell out and issue a dozen permits for a large sum of money just to bank in on the short term. But they've consistently for years maintained a very limited number of permits so that the impact on the whales is minimal. They've taken a very long view. So they deserve a lot of credit for that, and I acknowledge it whenever I can. And on larger scope interests, globally, for example, right now there's no specific global regulations that address whale watching on a global basis. There's too many regions, and it would be very, very hard to implement. But whale watching is a growing industry in that there are more and more operators starting up to take people to do this. The problem is that there's only a limited resource. There's only so many whales in the world. So we can't keep having more and more whales and more whale watchers. As there's more and more whale watch operations, it's going to have an effect on the whales. And whale watch operators like those that are here at Planet Whale and Whale Fest, realize that eventually, as the perception becomes worse, that there are problems arising, then something will have to be done to address them. And that's where the possibility of having outside regulation or intervention comes into play. And that hasn't happened on a global scale just yet, but it's foreseeable that something like that could happen. So part of the goal here, a big important part of the goal here with Planet Whale and Whale Fest and the Whale Watch Operators Conference is to try to address some of these issues proactively in advance amongst ourselves, to try to raise the level, set certain criteria, certain ethics of operation, support conservation, education, and research, and hopefully come up with a set of standards that we can then present to would-be governing or regulating bodies and let them know that we're an industry that takes ourselves seriously and takes the welfare of the animals seriously, and also have a lot of experience with these, as opposed to somebody who may not have direct experience like we all do, that may then step in from outside and try to tell us how to do the thing that we know how to do. So that's where things stand right now, and we're very excited about trying to build something for the future on that, and have a good cooperative relationship when that time comes in the not too distant future.